Hello everyone and welcome back to Amnesia the Dark Descent. I am Trykrist. Never mentioned that in the previous video. Excuse me. Another thing I didn't actually mention in the previous video, or rather something I noticed in the previous video, the game volume wasn't that high and you could hear me breathing the whole video, so I've adjusted some of my settings and hopefully you can't hear me breathing too much. I am breathing pretty heavily right now, but I basically just ran around a bit, so. So here you kind of just have to push up, pull down, push up, pull down. Until this 2 breaks, which I believe is, yeah, there we go. So now what we gotta do is move forward. Oh, looks like that one's broken, so we gotta go fix it. And how do we fix it, you might ask? Well, I'll show you. So just shut up and watch.
Did we find this one? An old friend back in Algiers gave me a map.
Why isn't he with us? Didn't he want to come?
He wanted to, Daniel, but things don't always turn out the way we planned.
So this part you kind of have to match the weights in the other room to match this one, but it's pretty easy to do. You don't have to pay attention too much. All you have to do is twist them until they make a sound. There we go. Go. And we will need to grab those, but I am going to grab them in just a second. I didn't do that fast enough. You don't have to do this. I just find it makes it a little bit easier. That, or I spend more time doing it than really worth. But once you do that, you don't have to worry about twisting this again. And I believe you just have to make the other room match this, because these are locked in place. I think, is there another thing back there? No. But there is something right here. So it was a down and down, 2 ups and a down. Proper amount of pressure. I think I remember there was something either.
Daniel, is that you? What are you doing?
Now this part we need to put those pipes that we saw earlier up there. And they actually do go in a certain position. They lock in when you first put them up there, but just because they lock in doesn't mean that's the position that they need to go in. So you kind of have to just mess around with it until it works. Since that just locked in without me needing to put it there, or rather adjust it too much. And I believe there's 3 pipes. You need to grab 3 pipes. So here's 2. It's actually not where it goes. It goes right here, I believe. Or not. There's the pipe. There we go. So once that gear is turning, you know you fixed it. So now this side should drop down. But it gets stuck. Excuse me. And to fix that, all we have to do is throw a rock up there. You'd not believe how long it took me to figure this out the first time I played. So you're thinking, how am I supposed to fix this? And I refused to look it up online. And I thought, what if I drop a rock on it? And that fixes it, no problem. But we're gonna head this way first. Unless this is the morgue. No, it's the cistern, which is where I do want to go first. So, I'm sure you guys remember earlier in the game, the water monster. This seems to be basically the same situation. Lots of water.
Yes,
and not very many
enables me
places to
control the
walk.
water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Exactly.
And that's a container that fills up with water as you go through this room. But we're going to go ahead and activate the pumps. Oh boy. So that gives us the
August 1839.
impression the monster's
There is
here.
no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to tempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
So wind blows and blows out the candles. But we don't want to get in the water because of that water monster. I was gonna fall for sure, actually.
8th of August, 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene. Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this.
If I remember correctly, the warding ritual is pretty messed up. Once again, wind blows through. And what this part of the game is for is, in that entrance to the cistern, there's a corridor that if you try to go down is flooded, and we need to drain that corridor. Well, that was kind of close. And here you just have to dodge them. I always just do one at a time instead of trying to rush it. Turn the valve to turn off the steam. Would you stop following me?
9th of August, 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb? I must admit that yesterday, when Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
Wind blows, turns out all the lights once more, and we are done in this room. So let's hurry and run out of here. Or the monster again. Now we get to go do the morgue. Now, the reason why we can't just head down that corridor is because there is now a fungus that produces a poisonous spore, which will kill you. If you try to go down now, your health will go down, and you will eventually die.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded.
What?
The shadow. It has? For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor, to the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
I was just gonna say, here's another flash or vision or something.
Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help!
There's a ringing. I have no idea what the ringing is, and I remember I remember playing this before and having that happen. It's weird.
3 days now. This is ridiculous. someone into this room! Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep, will I wake from this nightmare? If not, I pray my Heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
It's always a pleasant scene. Blood. Dead guy on a table. Let's make sure he's dead.
I hear you breathing, Daniel.
Yeah.
You hear me? Have you
Yeah, he's
changed
dead.
your mind?
So this talks about that vaccine that Alexander made so that they could enter into, I guess, the sewers? I don't know. What opens this way? Oh, yeah, that's pleasant. Also pleasant. Well, I mean, I guess it is a morgue. So. Pleasant. Oh, the drill broke. Had to stick ourselves to make us immune to the spores. Whoosh. This one's a different monster. Oh, he's creaking. He didn't break down our door. Stop playing music. Dang, I lost my sanity fast. That is crazy. I don't think I've ever had my sanity this low at this part. That or I just can't remember it. So this is the part that if you tried to enter without without the I don't know what I'm saying. So we have a bit of our sanity back. Does that let us go back? Yeah, it does. Creeping down into the sewers. I thought the mushrooms were moving. So I guess we've partially seen the new monster. Ooh, more oil. So you have to make them so they're quiet. Yeah, that should be right. Did you guys see him? Poisonous mushrooms. Good poisonous mushrooms. I think he's gone. The music stopped. How did he... never mind. This fog makes it hard to see. I mean, you could mind play tricks on you, make you think that you see the monster around every corner almost. Ooh, a tinderbox. Why would there be a tinderbox here, honestly? Oh, well, it's a game. You do? Nope, we're good. I got my pipe. Beat people up. Daniel in the sewer with the pipe and the amnesia monster. Or something. Whatever it is. What the?
What's happening?
Let's name him Steve.
Let me go! Take me! Nobody ever returned!
Whoosh. Well.
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
I'm carrying the shadow with me. Whoosh. He's pissed. Oh crap, no hiding spot, no hiding spot, no hiding spot. No! It's always one of those moments where you want to look, but you know if you look, he'll kill you. It'll be like, oh, hi there, and then kill you. And the music's still playing, so I don't want to look, I don't want to look, I don't want to look. Stop! Music, stop! I think it stopped. Did it stop? Did it stop? Yeah, it stopped. Okay, and you will need this. Don't ask why, just yes. This monster's actually up around the corner. So what you want to do is you want to come right around over here and throw that. Once you see the monster there, now run. While he's chowing down on that, you want to run up the stairs, and he will actually start chasing you. So just keep running. And that's him apparently really pissed. He's pissed. Almost there, almost there, almost there. There we go. Okay, here we go. This is actually what I like to call the last hurrah, the last run, whatever you want to call it. There's not much left of the game after this point. Once you get through the sewers, you enter into the last part of the game. We do need to make a quick run this way, just to, well, one, get some oil. Read this letter.
August 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
So Daniel had to kill somebody. So it's not working. I don't think you can do either side. Yeah. So now we get to open this door. And run down the stairs. How's my sanity crystal clear? Okay. And there are some items down here that you can pick up if you want. I'm just going to pick them up because force of habit, stuff like that. And I thought there was oil at one point over here, but I guess not.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything.
Agrippa? Who's Agrippa?
Alexander,
Yes.
soon I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
They're just hanging there. This part's kind of creepy because of that guy.
Help me. Who's this switch? Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Whom are you? Daniel? Like a prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me, are you among the lions, Daniel? You want to stop Alexander? Oh my.
Ugh,
So
that's just
Babylon
creepy.
shall fall, you say. You are a creature. Alexander is toothless without an all. Yes. That's not very promising at all. The sanctum is basically impenetrable, but against my all. It could be breached by another, but Alexander broke his, my all, a long time ago. Really? Then if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken all and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak matter, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept. You should be able to find them there.
The choir and the transept both sound like wonderful names. Except they're not. So I did fix the machine by jumping up on top of that table and fixing that gear. And so we're going to run up here and turn it on. You have to turn it on in order to get to the choir and the transept. It controls the operation of the doors that let you through. It's usually what doors do. So, got to run all the way back here and flip the switch. Crystal clear? Yes. Wonderful. Wunderbar. So if you missed it, apparently Alexander has the pieces to the orb that you discovered.
You've gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
What are you gonna do? Make me lose some sanity? Jerk.
Dad, I hate to bother you first, but if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. I mean, look at me. But if you find anything concerning a man named Johann Heim, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help me. A recipe for some sort of potion. A tonic to free me from this husk of mine.
And so that gives us a second quest to do. Which way does this take us? I hope it's the choir. I don't want to, I want to do the choir first, because that's the one I hate. And I want to get it out of the way. Ooh, laudanum. And that gives you the 3 ingredients that you need to make that potion. Oops. To help. I think his name. Was it Agrippa? I think it was. Yeah, Agrippa. So this would be the choir entrance. Yes. Was it the entrance or choir? Choir. It was just the entrance. So now we get to go into a nice, fun hallway. I thought there was. Flashback, I think. No, it's another one of these.
August 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil, a cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come. Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines. Please, the man cries. Now you see. I did well. One life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain. Alexander, there isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
What the? Yay. The choir. Hate this. Least favorite part of the game. So if I'm going slow and jump a lot, well, you know why. So quick warning. If you try to go over there, there's a bridge. If you try to cross it, monster will kill you.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. If you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
I believe that's some kind of torture chamber. Oh shit. If you get in, it will close on you. But the whole point of us coming down here is to find the pieces of the orb, such as this one. So I was there long enough for you to go back to pause and read. So I don't think the monster appears now, but if you keep like staying close to the edge, and, you know, kind of just creep along, you should be fine. We should come up on a bridge soon. I have no idea where the monster is. And I think there's something with this monster with running. If you run, it'll find you. You know, if it's right next to you, by all means, run. Don't just, you know, walk. But here's part of what we need for the wires potion. Once again, just following the edge. But we can't cross that way. I think the reason why I hate this room so much is because you can't... behind us, because you can't see for it all. Thank goodness this is the last area, the last
wheel
room.
is good for keeping your victim still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Crystal clear, apparently. monster should appear one last time, just right over there, actually. The first time I got to this room, I actually was staring, when I was coming around that corner up there, I was actually staring right where the monster spawned, or I was staring right where the monster spawns, and right when you made that grunt, he appeared, and it scared the crap out of me. So it sounds like the monster's gone. That's the last room, so we can finally leave this area and just, in my opinion, this is really like one of the hardest rooms. Ooh, a tinderbox. I think I remember checking right here last time and I was at 74 tinderboxes. Looks like I've skimped out on picking up those tinderboxes. That bridge that I was telling you about at the beginning of this room is actually right there, right here. But we can cross it now without any troubles. And I believe the whole room will shake once we get closer to the door. Screw that, I'm running. As soon as we get here, we can leave. And the monster can't go through doors. Thank heavens. Hey look, it's not hanging there anymore. Now there's one thing you have to make sure you do in order to get the potion right. You have to come into here and run up the steps. You don't have to run, you can walk, I guess. But you do have to pick this up. And what the meat is used for is to get the bone or the arm of whatever's down there. Use it as bait. Looking at the shadow on the wall, apparently you grab that. You pick up the remains, and it's covered in mucus, which is needed for the potion. And we are actually almost done with this game. We just have to go through here.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one, prepare him.
So Alexander is pretty messed up. Or not Alexander. No, it is Alexander. Alexander of Brennington. Or of Brennenburg. Wow. So now what you have to do is just go to each room. And as far as I know, the monster won't appear. But I do recommend using your lantern here, or else you probably will lose all of your sanity. What was this room used for? Oh, for that. And every room you go through, you actually will lose sanity anyway. Don't kill her? So you lost some sanity just there. Why do I get the feeling that all of these forms of torture are real and have been used? Probably because they have. Probably, yeah. Let's go to the last room.
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man. How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
Who's the real monster?
No, please. Do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. I'll do anything.
Now this form of torture, I don't understand. I guess you just use the weight of the torturee's body? I don't know. I mean, I don't want to look it up and research it just because, you know, I won't do that. So supposedly, if your sanity is low at this point, there's a dead body in that one, but I've never seen it, but I have seen videos where they show it, so it is quite possible.
I see that all the ore pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you. But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vire's tonic before attempting to mend the ore, there might still be a chance for you to save me.
So there's no room to assemble the parts of the potion yet. You kind of just have to... Chancel is actually my favorite room in this whole game. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I might was supposed to have entered it a little bit earlier, but I think it's all good now. when they're running. Oh, oh. It's just me, or was there more than one? Oh look, there he is. Dead ass. I tapped that. Go away. Gotta read some books.
Quite frankly, I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the orb's shadow and save our work and me. I will grant you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Thank you. I haven't done anything for you yet. Nor do I plan to do anything for you, you lying murderous. Never mind. Oh, what is that? What's going on? So we do that. I didn't grab that. I thought I did. But is that going down? I need to come up. There we go. There we go. Yeah, something creepy happens. And honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea why that happens, why he's there. Just no idea. But in that note that I picked up from that other room, you do learn that there is a key in here. You can see it right there. Can't really reach it, so what you gotta do is get that bucket, put it on here, lower it down. You'll hear it splash. And then you gotta bring it back up. And I'm sure the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Grab the bucket. Pour it in there. And voila! Freedom! Oh, this is the red smoke chase scene. You gotta run because there is red smoke behind you. Oh shit. Whichever way you go first collapses. Then you gotta go the other way. Water bad, water bad. Oh! At least it's like a straight corridor, you know, nothing like super windy passages like that prison we had to go through. Huh. Meet it out. I think you pass. Yeah, you pass out.
Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Just outside Altstadt lies a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farm, lives with his wife and 3 children. We took the coach, went through. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting his company. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
I always try to make it to that pump, and I never can. So apparently they ran out of prisoners and had to go get some innocent people to finish the ritual. Oh, ow. Oh, I should probably heal that. Now there's supposed to be a room to make... Oh, I know where it is. Just up ahead, actually. Right here, which was previously blocked off. This is where you make Wire's potion. Or fire, whatever you want to call it. What goes in here is the remains. Put those in there. And you gotta put your chemistry pot or your, oh. First you have to boil the blood, apparently. To distill it, I guess. Incomplete tonic. Put it down, and then you steam the remains, which produce a greenish liquid. And now you have to press the plant. Vire's tonic.
I thought I'd lost you. The castle trembled and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now.
Which it is, but what you have to do is run through here, pick up the bone saw. Oh, it's actually called the bone saw. I forgot. Huh. I was just making a joke.
You did it. Thank goodness. Now, pay attention. First, feed me the tonic, and then use the saw to remove my head. As the tonic begins to work, you'll be able to cut off my head without taking my life. Then, take my head and bring it with you. As you enter the gate Alexander is opening in the inner sanctum. What do you mean? Why wouldn't you enter the gate? We can't argue now. You need to act. Quickly, off with the head.
Alice in Wonderland, anyone? Alright. Now we basically get to finish the game. Oh, that was a dumb idea to jump there. is. Oh, he's so fat. What sucks is that's the room we need to go to. Is there still... Can I see that far? No. Ow, every time. I need to pick up this. That was weird.
1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down and... What is her life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent. But to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
So, as you can tell, Daniel is really just losing it. In order to save his life, he's basically becoming crazy. Yep. What you have to do now, after we picked up that tar, you have to come to this room. And you can't go through here. And I believe this is actually an Easter egg towards the next game. The next game is Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, which actually uses a lot of machinery, such as this. And oftentimes you do stuff with electricity. So it doesn't matter what piece you grab first. The orb will assemble the same way, no matter what you do. Last piece. And boom! What happens once that orb is made? The power is drawn to the orb. You still can't go through. And what you have to do is... run back to this room, and the gate at the bottom of the stairs to the right in the back of the room is actually broken. Burst. The power of the orb blows it straight open. Now this part took me a little bit, but all you gotta do is drop a rock on it. Drop something on it. Where's something big and heavy? Can I pick that up? Pick that up. Oh, it looks like I actually gotta run up these stairs. Pick up a rock, drop a rock in the gears, and then boom. Oh crap. Yep, okay. See, the monster made his groaning sound, and I couldn't hear if music was still playing. But now we just basically get to wait for the music to stop playing. Come on, stop. I think the reason why it takes so long is because the monster actually has a long way to go before it'll actually disappear. It actually goes all the way back to the room with that Tesla coil or the electric fence, shield, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I believe he's gone now. Yeah, he's gone. The orb is gone. It's never actually explained.
August 1839. It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination. Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer, a monster. Now, I merely await my death. I'm too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I'm as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
Now, I guess the inner sanctum requires a blood sacrifice to get in. You have to prick your finger and then stand here. And then do it to the other side. Finger prick. Let's heal that up. Oh, fainting. Orb chamber.
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me, is everything nice and clear now? Am I the villain?
Yes.
Good and evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable. Are you so blind that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa?
Now, there's 3 endings to this game. like all good games, they allow you to do 3 different things. One thing you can do is you can grab these and push them over. All 3 of them, and the game will end killing Alexander of Brennenburg. And you will escape with some kind of montage saying that you knew that this was your finest fire and that you had been forgiven of your sins. Another thing you can do is wait for the portal to open, and Alexander will leave and you will be stuck in the shadow will kill you. Or we're going to do the ending, or we're going to do the 3rd ending, which I've heard is actually the best ending, which I have actually never done. But what happens is you just kind of have to chill here, and a portal will open to another world. And before Alexander Brennenberg can get through, you just have to grab Agrippa's head and throw it through. See, it says the portal has not opened yet. Or Agrippa's head. Did I say Alexander's? Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, it looks like we're going to end the game with 73 tinder boxes and 13 oil. So I do believe the stones actually get faster and faster.
Do you see it? A whole other world. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I can finally return home.
Now, here we go.
No, you fool! You have ruined us!
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more. Please, help him. I know you can. Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
That was Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Shout out to Squirrel1256, Motor Muffin, and Mrs. Muffin, the Muffins, with emphasis on the 3 Z's. Also, I Bang Cows. I'm not saying that myself, I'm saying that's a shout out to somebody named I Bang Cows. And Zodiacs Forever. Just a shout out from my RuneScape clan. Yes, I play RuneScape. Everyone, thank you for watching, and enjoy the credits. Once again, this has been Let's Play Amnesia: The Dark Descent, a game by Frictional Games, played by me, Trykrist, or as my YouTube name says, Marshall Levi. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If you didn't like it, send it to your enemies. If you loved it, send it to your friends. Post in the comments what game you guys want to see me do next. I'm thinking about maybe even doing Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs.